So I'm going to click on image plane, but I'm going to make sure that I do it into a front or side or whatever view. If I do in a perspective view, then it's going to come out wonky. So I'm going to do it in front, image plane. I'll choose my image, guitar, open, and brings it in. If I look in perspective, it's a little small, so I want to select him and hit Control A to bring up the attribute editor, and I'm just going to type in 5 to make it larger. And I'm just going to get rid of that grid. I'm going to move him back a little bit. Now I'll come in here, and I'll start with basic plane. Right there. And then I'll come in, line, put a few more lines, move these off to the side, scale that down, scale him down. There. I'm going to move these to get the basic shape of this. There. So I have the basic shape, and now I can start to edit mesh, insert edge loop tool holding Control Shift. I click that, makes it a button for me, because I'll be clicking it a few times. One right here, here, here. Start to refine this shape a little bit more. And I can just go into edge, extrude, and that, scale him down. And you can give a thickness to this by hitting extrude on object mode of it, and then pushing this out to about the thickness that I think. If I smooth it, hitting 3, I see this, but it's a little too soft. I need to add some bounding lines. Insert edge loop tool there and there. 3, much better. I need to keep some of these lines a little bit more sharp, so add a line here, here, here. Cool. So it keeps a little bit flat, kind of has it there. But now when I smooth this, this gets too soft, so I need to add some more bounding lines. One there, and just for the hell of it, one in the center. Much better. So now I could work on buttons, front view, just gonna hide him for the moment, and I can go plane. Shape. I'm going to add 4 segments, or 3 segments, right in the center of this. And I'm just going to move these up, holding Alt or Control to deselect. Control to deselect. I'm going to grab these, scale them out. Because when I smooth this, I want these to be round and these to be a little bit more sharper. Perspective. Again, thickness, extrude, about right there. And I want these to be a little bit more soft but crisp. There, more bounding lines to keep this line straight. Keep some up to there, some down to there. There we go, pretty cool. Now I'm going to grab all these front faces. Then I'm going to hit extrude, then hit scale, then middle mouse so that it scales in. So I get that. And then I'm just going to deselect these, move these up, to match that line. There we go. If I want, I can add a little bit more detail to this. I'll have these extruded straight down. So I get somewhat of a more interesting shape. So now I can open up my Hypershade under Window, Rendering Editors, Hypershade. Control-Shift-click to make a button. Then I'll click Blend a few times to create the colors for the guitar that I'm going to want. First color. Open this up, and then I'll make that one red. Next color, yellow, green, blue, orange, white. Oops, I actually changed the wrong. Control do that. Need 2 more. Make him white. This one, make him a dark charcoal black. Not full black, just so I can see some gradients in the model. So now I'll just select him. I'm going to go to front view. I'm going to hit Control D to move over, and then Shift D to duplicate in the exact distance that I did. So now select this one, and I'm going to color him orange. Right click, assign material to selection. Next one, right click, assign material. Right click, assign material. When I look at these, they're colored, but I need that center to be black, so I'll grab these faces. I'll hit Shift period or greater than to scale up, and that will now assign select. Next one, Shift period, right click, material, select, Shift period, right click, material, select. Cool. So now I have display, show all, move this a little behind, it's about right there. And if I want, I can assign him this shader as well. So I can start to see that. Now, we'll start out with the body, front view. Start out with the plane, from here to there. Since these are pretty close to flat, vertex, move that up to there, to here. Add some segments. Start to move these around. And I hit 3 on the keyboard so I can see what's going to happen when I smooth these in the future. There. That works. Edge, extrude, and move this right to here. Just rotate around, scaling. And since I'm just extruding, I can just hit G to repeat the function that I last did, which was extrude. him for the moment. Now I need to add a couple lines running horizontally. So one here, one here. Maybe I might need to realign some of these. So there we go. So now, again, extrude to give myself thickness to this body. Then G again to extrude, but this time I'm going to do an offset. Let's try 0.05. Let's try a little bit more, 0.09. I want to make sure that nothing's deforming. So now that I get that, I'll hit OK. So now when I round this, pretty good shape. And I can add bounding line over here. Cool. Now if I wanted to, I can color this line so that it can be a different color. I can add this line here. So if I wanted, double click this edge, hold Control, right click and turn two faces to face, open up my hypershade, and I'll color this white. But I notice that this line doesn't really match in very well, so what I have to do is I have to add an extra line, a bounding line. There's that. Now I need to come into here, edge, right click, or Control, right click, to edge ring, that grabs all of these running all along. Control, right click, two faces to face, and I can assign this back to the Lambert than I had before. So when I smooth that, that comes out pretty nice. And this line, if I want, I can just bring this line closer. I kind of like that. Then, once I have that, I can move on to now the front panel. Same idea, I'm just going to hide this guy. Plane, flat area to flat area. Edge loop. Now I'm left with this, and again, extrude, to cut this. So edge loop right there. That allows me to move this line there, just here. So now that I have this, I can extrude again to give thickness. This is a thin plate, so something like that. And I'm going to hit G, then repeat the function, 0.05. Works out pretty good. Let's try just a little bit more, 7. Alright, that works out pretty good. Nothing's really collapsing on itself. So now come into here, again, bounding line here to keep that shape. So when I color this, bounding line here, here. Go and I can select my model, hypershade, and turn him all dark gray. Edge. I'm going to double click that line that runs all the way around. Control right click, two faces, two face, and color that white. I assign, there we go. Close that, display show all. And I can better line those up. I can color this. Holding shift and selecting will grab the inverse, hypershade, black. There we go. So that's the start of it. If I wanted, I can start to detail the rest of this a lot more out, but for right now I'll leave it as is.